All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Hope everyone's having a nice Monday morning post Super Bowl. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Great game last night. Unfortunately, I didn't like that call. Didn't have any money in the game or anything. I was rooting for the Chiefs, so congratulations to the Chiefs. Hope everyone enjoyed the Super Bowl. Now it's back to work. Let's go ahead and begin. Bottom right hand corner of your screen, there's a little black logo. Click on that, turn notifications, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit the like button if you like these videos. We got a lot to get to this week. It's a big week. We got CPI on Tuesday. We got retail sales on Wednesday. We got the producer price index on Thursday. Throw in OPEX on Friday. So a very busy one. The newsletter has been sent out. If you did not get it in your inbox, it is posted on our Twitter, posted in our Discord live market blog, and also posted on Instagram. So just in case you missed it, put a little bit of a game plan on there, explained a lot of things that were happening. So kind of went into detail on a lot of things, which was good. I'm glad that you guys would enjoy that newsletter. Let's go ahead and get started around the horn. Dow futures down about 16 points. NASDAQ is up 0.34%. S&P 500 futures is up slightly, 4104 now. Russell 2000 futures slightly green, 1924. Crude oil futures down 0.63%, 79.22 a barrel. $2.47 for gasoline futures down 1%. 10-year treasury yields are down this morning, 3.734. The dollar is marginally higher, 103.69. The volatility index is up today, 2143, up 4.38%. Gold futures are down at 1868 an ounce, down 0.33. Silver futures 2192, down 0.68%. Copper is up $4.03. We talked about that correlation last week. Copper and the S&P up 0.52%. Euro dollar is flat, exactly flat, 106.77. Dollar yen 132.82. That is up 140 pips. Pound dollar is up 28 pips, 120.88. Bitcoin is down slightly this morning, or down this morning due to the dollar. 21,615 on Bitcoin futures, 1482 for Ethereum futures. That is down 3% this morning. Okay, and it feels really good to not be sick anymore. So pretty much fully recovered. Glad to be here with you guys. Let me go ahead and close this out. All right, let's go ahead and get to it first, the economic calendar. All right, so today you don't see anything in terms of economic data, at least anything important. So the reason I'm explaining this is that today should be more of a positioning day. We're really just going to be observing and seeing if we get a pop this morning. If we get a pop higher, maybe to around, let's see here, maybe we retest 4,200, 4,175. Maybe we retest this trend line. Again, we need a big pop to get there. If we did, I want to go ahead and buy some protection on puts for the downside for CPI if we get some downside. And again, if we continue to fall a little bit more, maybe we retest 4,000, then I would buy some calls. So again, I'm trying to take a look at reversals since that's really been the market. But again, we've been trekking higher and higher and higher pretty structurally. So again, I'm not looking to add a ton of risk here. Obviously, we have the huge event on Tuesday, and the rest of the week looks as follows. We got the small business index at 6 a.m. tomorrow, CPI, month over month, year over year, and core CPI. Fed member Williams speaks at 2 p.m. I'm sure he'll have some kind of commentary on that CPI number. On Wednesday, we have core retail sales, Empire Manufacturing Index, and retail sales. Go ahead and throw in business inventories, NAHB Housing Market Index, crude oil inventories. That's every Wednesday at 10:30. Thursday, we have core PPI, PPI, and core PPI. That's the producer price index. This is the cost of manufacturers and companies in order to make goods and services. PPI being more the service inflation. If you had obviously people that work for you, higher wages, that will be added to the inflationary report. Building permits, again, that's a leading indicator. Housing starts, mortgage delinquencies, that's going to be there on Thursday, and then Friday, pretty much not much. So other than the OPEX and triple witching. So again, we know that the big news is tomorrow. You throw in the retail sales as well, and then the PPI. Again, you're basically just seeing volatility right on your screen for the rest of the week. Other than today, again, that could be different. But again, I don't expect much today. Again, if I'm looking for some kind of risk, I want to see that the chart actually, you know, backs it up, and then also want to keep an eye on the actually risk management side. So again, either position you go, you have to realize that tomorrow something's going to happen, either a spike up or a spike down. So probably wait till close and see what we can do. We'll see where the market is, and where we close is going to be important, of course. I want to go ahead and forward to next week because it's important. Next Monday is President's Day, Washington holiday, George Washington's birthday. That's kind of the federal holiday. The market is closed that day. Keep that in mind. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that just to confirm. We'll go to NYSE holidays. We'll go to trading hours. And you can see George Washington's birthday right there on the 20th. It used to be called President's Day. So the market is closed next Monday. So I expect all of the volume and all the action to be this week. So you'll get through this week, and then at least next Monday, you'll be rewarded with a day off from the market, at least that. So that's where we are in terms of that structure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the dollar as we usually do. We'll go and bring up the daily. The dollar again is back right above the 50-day moving average now. But let's see if we can break down below. Let's see if we get to 102.46. That's your 20 MA. Again, we talked about how important that momentum is. So again, we want to be below that on the dollar, but above that in stocks. And then you also have here 104.99 or 105 as resistance. That's my level that I have. I'll place an alert here at 102.44 for the dollar for more downside if we breaks the 20-day moving average. 102 or 101.60 would be the support level that we had back in last June 22. Once we break that, or if we do break that, that's where we have 98.95 as our next target. Let's go to the NASDAQ together. I'm gonna go do the Qs this time. Qs on the 1 hour, you could see 297 did hold so far, but again, not much going on. We're right at 300, so kind of tough to really trade this here on this annual 1 year basis daily chart. For support again is where we were last time, that double top, and again we're going to be using that as support. So again, if we break below 296.87 today, I want to go and see if we can hold above 293.54 and possibly play some calls back to that 300 level if we get a flush today. If we get a pop today, then I'm looking to find some cheap insurance on that. Let's go and take a look at the volatility index, the VIX. We'll go to the daily. And for the most part, we'll go ahead and just draw some lines here again. Price action or technical analysis on the VIX isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. Most people don't like it, and I understand it. But you can see downward trend, breaking out of that downward trend. And if you're looking for some kind of resistance, it's probably right around 23.32. But again, we're above the 20, we're above the 50. We need to see if we can get back below the 50 and still stay around this support area that we had back in August. If it does climb a little higher, then the put premiums will be a little higher as well. So I would say the highs of today, if we get there, with some kind of fall today, which can possibly happen, 24.03 would be your next resistance. That's your 100-day moving average. We'll go to the 10-year Treasury yields together. 10-year Treasury yield, again, you can see that we're testing the 100-day moving average as well. We do have a gap to fill at 38.26, so again, that could fill as well. And then you also have this one here at 35.57. So again, you're kind of in that fork in the road. What is there to expect? What can we do? Really, if you don't have any kind of edge or understanding of what the future may hold, at least on a technical basis, then it's better off not to trade anything and just wait. Sitting on cash is a position. In terms of pre-market movers, let's take a look at it. Pre-market movers. I like to bring up on Market Watch. Let's see here. Pre-market movers. Let's take a look at it. Fastly is up this morning, 11%. Teradata, I've never heard of them. GoDaddy is up this morning. Zillow is up this morning on a upgrade from Evercore ISI. What was down this morning? Not much. In terms of active, Tesla's down 1.39%. Microsoft up 1.46%. Google's up 0.45%. Meta up 2% this morning. And AMD is up about 0.58%. So let's take a look at Microsoft and see if maybe there's an opportunity for some more upside. Microsoft is right at that 266 level on the hourly. Was at 263. That's your target here. We broke above that. We do have a gap to fill at 285. If we do get a little more of a push on the 270s, maybe there's an opportunity, but I would think maybe around 273. If we break above that, then I would take a look at the 285 calls. But it's just tough to do it this week, obviously with CPI and PPI. So may have to skip that this morning unless you want to get out of it immediately and see if you can scalp it. Let's answer some questions. Thoughts on crypto? Now Bitcoin going down. Again, that's basically on the dollar. So again, if the dollar is going to go higher, Bitcoin is more likely going to fall. So I think that's more of an indictment on the dollar than it is on Bitcoin itself. Granted, I did tweet about this. There is a death cross, or about to be a death cross, on the weekly chart on Bitcoin futures. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. BTC. We'll go to the weekly. And you do have officially a death cross, the 50 below the 200. So some more weakness on Bitcoin is to be expected. Maybe we retest around 19,302. If that's the case, and if you are bullish for the future, which I am, that'd probably be the best buying opportunity for you guys, as we never crossed above that big 25,000 threshold. Which crypto assets do you still own? We have the Graph, we have Bitcoin, Ethereum. I still have Shiba. I sold a while back. There was one more that I forget that I own. That was absolutely just melted down. Sushi Swap. Sushi Swap didn't do so well. But the Graph is bouncing back at least. But my biggest holdings are Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's always has been. Morning, what do we have the best indicators that you must have? 50, 100, and SMA. I have the 50 DMA, the 100 DMA, the 200 DMA, and the 20 DMA. Those are the ones that I use personally. 20 simple moving average and why. And the reason I use the 20 simple moving average, bring up SPY, is right here. You go to the hour chart, it's a 20-day chart, right? So again, this is how I base my trades, at least short term. And if we expand it, again, 20-day chart, 20 days on the 1 hour is the 20-day moving average that I want to keep a look at. And that's where we talk about, that's my momentum indicator, at least for short term and for trading. How do you trade banks? Well, I can't say that we trade banks often, but we do. Let's take a look at XLF. You need to get above 37.07. You can see that resistance there. We have traded Goldman Sachs many times, Morgan Stanley sometimes, Bank of America we traded, I believe, last week. Yeah, we did trade Bank of America last week. JPM we've traded, Citibank we've traded. So I can't say there's much to it, but again, it needs to have volume. And lately, banks have not had tons of volume. Solana, yeah, Solana is the one I don't have. I don't have that crypto. So I hope that thing soars for you guys, Gustavo, so you guys can make some money. But again, it's really based on the dollar. And if the dollar continues to fall, Bitcoin is going to be the one, and the crypto is going to be the one that benefits. But if the dollar keeps bouncing back and we kind of chop around, that's what you're going to get with crypto. So remember, it is price in dollars. If you had crypto versus yen, crypto versus the pound, crypto versus euros, it's a little bit different. But again, since we're pricing it in dollars, the dollar index is extremely, extremely important. So again, I don't want to be too redundant on what I've been saying. Again, it's basically the same thing. I gave you guys the game plan on the newsletter. So again, very, very important to check that out. We also did the watch list for our Discord members. Feel free to take a look at that under the watch list channel on the Discord as well. But other than that, it's really just a positioning day. I would not expect much today, guys. Difference between the DMA and SMA, and why to use one or the other. And again, there's so many indicators out there. There's the simple moving average, there's the volume weighted moving average, there's the EMA, which is the exponential moving average. Again, I wouldn't want to say that you need to be beholden to these moving averages. Remember, treat indicators like the navigation in your car. It's nice to have, sure, it may give you a path home that's a little quicker, but again, you should know with your eyes exactly how to watch technical analysis. You know when things are bullish, at least short term, without an extra line on the screen. The more you've been doing this with time, again, the moving averages are important, but I don't want you guys to be slaves to it. Again, I use my moving averages. Sometimes we tap them, sometimes we break, sometimes we don't. And again, it's just a guide. Don't be so rigid on, I have to use EMA, I have to use RSI, I have to use Bollinger Bands. You find what's your niche and what works for you. Because again, the very, very important thing I tell everybody, indicators lag, guys. They all lag. Indicators all lag. So Zoomball, I wouldn't want to put too much emphasis on what's the difference between EMA, SMA, daily moving average. Again, simple moving average, the 200, 150, and the 20. Those are the ones that I use. People like to use the 150. People like to use the 250 moving average. People like to use the, whichever you like. Maybe they use the 9 moving average. Everyone's different. What works for me may not work for others, but again, those are the ones that I recommend to use. The 20 for short-term momentum, the 50 for more broader based momentum in terms of a daily chart, the 100 being either big support, big resistance, and to me the 200 is probably the most important in terms of a larger time frame, for the simple fact that nothing good comes below the 200 day, and when you're above the 200 day, usually you have momentum higher, at least in a longer time frame. So a lot being said this morning. We'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys tomorrow for the CPI report, and we will catch you guys then at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the CPI report reports at 8:30. So again, sit back, watch, and observe the market. I don't expect much today, but tomorrow should be fireworks. Have a great rest of your morning, and happy Monday. Cheers.